What's going on, everyone? I am Megadash, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. And so we have to give the piece of evidence that proves that it wasn't the victim who sounded the buzzer. And after basically presenting some random shit and trying to see which one it was and then loading my state when it wasn't, it's the CEO office buzzer, which is connected to the basement security guard office. I presume the key line here is that there were no fingerprints on it when it was presented. I believe this is the piece of incontrovertible evidence you were looking for. The emergency buzzer? There's some kind of clue on it. Absolutely not. Hey, come on now. At least give some thought to what you say before opening your mouth. The idea is that it's going to be what's not on it that is the clue. The fact that there are absolutely no clues is itself the clue. No, I'm the one who's clueless. This button has no fingerprints on it. But they're gonna use gloves is probably gonna be Godot's answer. If Mr. Bullard had really pressed it himself, naturally he would have left his fingerprints behind. Food!
Objection!
Run the light! Obviously wiped them off. Why would he? The guard could have come in at any moment. He touched that button! I know he did! The defendant, Mr. Delight, was dressed as Mask to Mask. A Mask to Mask always wears gloves. What reason could he possibly have had to wipe the button free of fingerprints? Order! 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 It would seem... forced to eat crow. What? I wonder what button number crow-flavored coffee is. Homo, if the real killer was there at the scene, why would that person press the emergency buzzer? To frame Delight. Shouldn't they have run away without putting themselves in extra danger? Lots of dots. What's with this awkward silence all of a sudden? Looks like you're fresh out of parlor tricks. They're on to you, Nick. Just give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Real culprit killed Mr. Bullard around 1 a.m. Mr. Delight just happened to waltz in when the murder was taking place, right? So that's Maya's line, or whatever. The killer clobbered Mr. Delight, and then that's really loud, sounded the buzzer. Oh, thank God. Even though security was supposed to respond right away if the buzzer was pressed. Security was supposed to respond. Thumbs up, Mr. Wright! Let's see what you have to say! Very well, then. Oh, you've got some guts. I like that in an opponent. Why did the real killer sound the emergency buzzer? Or, so, they didn't mean to call the security guard to find out what did. The answer's going to be to call the security guard. I'm going to take a state first, but I'm pretty sure that's it. The killer knew that if they pressed that button, a guard would come running. And that was exactly what they wanted. Do you mean to say the killer caught the guard on purpose? Yes, although as it turned out, he never showed up. Because he was getting his club cleaned at the time. What a touching story! You're saying the killer had a change of heart and called the guard to turn himself in. No, of course not. No, I'm not. When that buzzer sounded, there were 3 people in that office. The victim, Kane Bullard, who was already dead. The defendant, Ron Delight, who was out cold. And the third person, who happens to be in the shape of Happy, the real killer. Hypothetically, yes! Now then, in this situation, if the real killer made an escape, what would happen? The only ones left in the room would be the victim and Ron Delight, in order to try to frame him. And if any security guards came running in at that time, they would think that I was the murderer. Because I guess they'd think he got knocked out in a fight? Yes, that was precisely the real killer's objective. To frame Ron Delight for the murder. he takes a drink just to spit it out. Order! Order! Ah, it would seem I've made you eat my words once again. Actually, you've made to do a spit take with a cup of coffee. At least it's not crowd. Mr. Wright, who was it? Who was it that tried to frame me? Wait a second. I'm the one and only Mask to Mask, so... Nick, you mean the real killer is... We're going to drag that person in here right now. But, who is it? I don't have any solid proof yet, but think about it. The killer knew Mr. Delight's identity. They also knew he had been called to KB security that night. So the killer used him to execute a well-crafted plan to murder Kane Bullard. Now then, let's see your accusation, Mr. Wright. Who was it that framed Mr. Delight for the murder of Kane Bullard? Gonna take a state, but I guess it's Luke at me, at least, just based on the silhouettes for the most part. Detective Luke at me is the only one who could have done it. He's Detective Luke at me. You mean Master Mask did it? Your Honor, the person being tried in the court next to us is not Master Mask at all. He is, in actuality, the true murderer of Kane Bullard. Wait, so, okay, I have one question though. If Ron Delight and Luke at me were both at Kane Bullard's office at 1 a.m., then who was in the basement? Was it Andrews? Was it pre-recorded by at me? In order to give himself an alibi? Order! That's right, explain yourself! Theft and murder. Which is the more serious crime? They're not even close! Murder is the more serious crime, of course! It's a capital crime subject to a capital punishment! Yeah, plenty of people who have been the real murderers so far have, just been given life in prison. Please remember the trial from yesterday, if you would. Luke at me confessed there was a huge commotion in the courtroom. Of course! The famous detective was unmasked as Mask to Mask. Instead of being convicted of murder, he was found guilty of grand larceny. That was his true objective all along. To be found guilty! Mask to Mask had the perfect alibi for when the murder took place. He was sealing the urn at Lordly Taylor. In other words, being found guilty as Mask to Mask was Luke Atmey's airtight, watertight, and unassailable alibi. A guilty verdict! As an alibi! It's almost time for what? For Luke Atmey's verdict. It was a pretty simple trial, after all. We're going to stop this trial and install that one. We need to do it now. Of course. Let's assume you have proof the detective was the one who committed the murder. Which we don't have! Exclamation point. This Luke Atmey's trial has indeed attracted the attention of the entire country. If we were to intrude and fail to provide adequate proof of its true crime, Mr. Delight would be left with no grounds for appeal. Am I really sure about this? That's only good. Your life's the ante. It's right. I believe in you, Mr. Delight. So please, I'm begging you. After all, he is Master Mask. Thanks, but my decision will determine the rest of your life. Can I really risk your life like this? Phoenix, says Maya. Or Mia. What was that? Don't stray, Phoenix. For your client, take the path of trust. That voice, it sounds like... Mia, yes, we know, we saw the flash. Your Honor, defense requests an immediate recess. So that's your answer, huh? Well, I decided as well. Let's go and now take a 20-minute recess. That's right, when we return. Please let Mr. Luke Atmey to the stand. Yes, Your Honor. October 14th, 11:58 a.m. Court number 5. And, oh, is this Luke's trial with Mr. Payne?
Well, Sir Detective Acme.
I have to say, Mr. Payne, you performed splendidly.
Oh no, Sir Detective Acme, you were the one.
Oh my lord. Oh, it's the judge's brother. See, I don't have a voice for him. If the regular judge is Michael Gambon Dumbledore, then perhaps the judge's brother, I technically only know that he's the same brother from the other one as from the wiki. Since they're never named, they're all just judge. Let's go with the Richard Harris Dumbledore. That's enough! This court sees no reason to further prolong this trial. This court finds the detective, Luke, or the defendant, Luke, at me. Wait! Don't hand down your verdict yet, please. Let's see. Well, well, Sir Lawyer, welcome to my courtroom. Your courtroom. Who? I can't say that in Richard Harris' voice. See. How about instead of a different Dumbledore, we go with a different, white wizard, we'll go with Gandalf. Who's this hoser, eh? My name is Phoenix Wright, attorney at law. I wish to file an accusation against this man. Look at me.
Accusation? You accuse Master Mask of not being Master.
That man is not Master Mask. He's just a ruthless murderer. What? ... So, I found out just in time. To be continued. We've only been recording for 12 minutes, so we'll just continue on now. Yeah, sure, we'll clear our stage data. So it's now the recess. We only have like 4 minutes left. I presume we're going to talk to Mia. My sis? I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice. I guess not. It was maybe just imagination. So then she's still alive. Inside your heart. Oh my god. Let's see. Destiny's here. Nicky boy! Oh, Mr. Light. Is it true that the detective is the real killer? To be honest, we don't have any definite proof. But we'll find some. That's how we always do it. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he Lord Taylor that night? Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atman want to kill Kane Bullard? It might have to do with Kane's list. Oops, it's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. We find some solid proof. I'm gonna guess it's Kane's list. We haven't used it yet, and it's gotta happen sooner rather than later. October 14th, 12:21 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 6. Now then, this court is back in session. Mr. Look at me, please take the stand. Well, well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I would never have thought to see you acting so recklessly. That's literally the only way I act. Can't let them hound down your verdict just yet. Not when I would have given you your perfect alibi. An alibi by the name of Master Mask. I'm sorry, I'm afraid even the great Luke at me has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom ever since 10 o'clock this morning. I'm afraid there's no way to know what's been going on in here. You've been in the defendancy all day long, correct? You tried as Master Mask. Indeed, it's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning their own property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. This is going to have to do with the blackmail letter that's finally mentioned. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Master Mask, quote-unquote. Of course! Very well then, look at me. Let's begin with this simple question. On October 12th at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. Okay. don't worry, I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks! Alright, Mr. Atme, night of the murder, speak. We're listening. As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. Witness testimony, the alibi. I was stealing this master mask just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, one turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion would be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Master Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. A fool is too foolish to know that he is a fool. I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Now we're gonna cross-examine it, start pressing stuff. I think I have an idea, but I'm gonna hold off for a bit. So, let's press that statement. So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed, it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That's why I am called Mask the Mask. But conveniently, that also means there's no way to tell who this really is. What do you mean?
Objection.
Huh? Are you saying that this is not, in fact, look at me? There could be an accomplice dressed up as Master Mask to create an alibi. Oh, what an interesting idea. I don't think that's it. I have my idea. Are you saying that I, Lone Wolf Luke, had an accomplice? Either name the accomplice or give it up. I don't think it's an accomplice. Yeah, there's no one in here who could be it, except maybe Andrews, but I highly doubt it. I think the real key here. So, there's the, I think the real key here is going to be the paint and the box. Let's take a look at stuff we received. Andrew dropped the urns box 2 weeks ago. She also knocked over some paint. This was 2 weeks ago. There's a sacred urn, broken and replaced. Broken and repaired by Adrian 2 weeks ago. Then replaced in its box, kept out of sight. Urn box, wooden box, has pink stains on it. I think it's going to be this paint. That's the deal. I'm gonna take a stake, but I'm gonna give it up, actually. Luke Atme was a key obscure during the murder. After all, this doesn't say the date. Then the picture Master Mask and the Master Mask in this picture has to be a fake. There really was an accomplice. Right now, I have no idea who it was. I don't have any idea right now either. Ace's objection is just what that guy wants. There's gotta be another way. I'm going to find it. And also, it was like, what, 10 days that he was on this case? So it was pathetically easy job. After all, this thing's worthless. Why would a Master Mask want to go for it? I believe Adrian or Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. That was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. So 20 days. You sent the calling card to Lord Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed, there was no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. It was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see, you truly are evil, aren't you? He's more evil than this. Yes, evil is what I am. Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this? Detective Atme was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lord Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona. No, that's true. It is kind of odd. ... Okay, so that's another wrinkle we can go from. Let's press this particular statement. So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it! The very thing that proves I committed the crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. When you think about it, it's really odd. You said it almost as if you had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection!
He was simply cut by the very camera that he had set up, which would be really odd. We all have days like that. Indeed, it turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad, blue melody. Looks like I better get more information for now. He's truly the killer. There's gotta be something phony in that photo. The time at which the camera captured Master Mask was the same time as the murder. Okay, I think this is going to be the statement we present against. I've got a hunch. So I'm gonna go with the paint marks. It's probably any of them, to be honest, but oh, the music kept going. Your Honor, what do you think about the way this is dim? Oh, okay, I guess that wasn't it. Let's maybe try presenting the box. Nope. Okay. Oh, we pressed exit. Oh well, I was probably gonna have to do that anyway. Or the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now, it's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp on the photograph, don't you? No, but it doesn't say the date. I'm afraid it's impossible. The camera's set up by Lord Taylor, and on top of that, this Lord Taylor staff will print out that picture's data. Unfortunately, for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered. I see! Actually, I wonder if the security camera photo mentions the date. Looks like I better find something else that could be suspicious. So, this alibi is false. It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at Katie's security. But, I'm not really spotting anything unusual. There are two possibilities. Either the Master Mask in the photo is fake, or the photo itself is. So, let's see. I'm gonna maybe try present, say. So this also says that the urn was kept out of sight. Does the camera data actually say the date on it? It does not. So I'm thinking it's that the photo itself is fake. I'm just going to present against both of those statements, literally all of these. Nope, it's not that. Let's try the pick marks. Nope. And the urn itself. Nope. And what about the next statement? We didn't get to present the urn because I accidentally hit the press button. Nope. Okay, let's just start pressing things again. See if maybe there's additional, additional stuff with the press. I think I'm gonna cut the video here, and I'll come back once I find something. Alright, I'm back. So, upon pressing the third statement where he said the photograph was his witness despite having no words, I pressed it again, and we got something different. So, come on, think long and hard about that night. Basement warehouse, and this picture that supposedly captures it. It's gotta be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture? So I'm going to take a state. And then I'm gonna say, you bet there is. Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am, and there's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night, before the theft took place. There's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well, let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny? So, I'm going to take one more state, and then I'm going to probably going to be either the paint itself or the lack of paint marks on the urn. Funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. No, it's not. Ah, blood! Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain is actually pink paint. Oh, just paint! And peach colored at that!
Hey, it's a black and white photo. How can you tell? Blood the peaches. This kid sure loves going on his wild tangents. Maybe there'll be tangerines next time. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. Problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, turns out that something that should be there is nowhere to be seen. Oh, it's gonna be the statue, isn't it? Say, ...
Well, Mr. Wright, what's supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
I'm going to take one more state, and I'm going to present your face golden statue. Supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following. Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized that the statue would be the perfect size for covering up the paint stains. That's why I put it where you first saw it. I myself was there the night the theft took place and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture is truly taken on that night, then that statue should have been there.
Objection!
When I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally.
Your Honor, this statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance. So it would have been done on purpose.
Ah, in that case,
Can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night? Can you do it, Nick? Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it?
well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue on the night of the crime?
It's gonna be Luke at me. Let's take one more state.
Take that!
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke at me. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions.
Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions?
Oh my God. It's very simple. Lewis was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. That is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue. Here's where our battle really begins.
Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue?
The reason can be found here in this photograph. Same photograph again. See, ... Look at me, you pretended to be Master Mask. Created an alibi by showing you were at Wardley Taylor that night. ... This photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would be exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That is why you moved the statue.
A single fatal flaw? Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does this lie exist?
I'm gonna guess it's gonna be the same spot, and it's going to be the paint marks this time. I'm going to take one more state, and now I've taken 10 this video, so I don't know which one it was. So I'll just pick a random one.
Take that!
Well, this photo is somewhere around here.
Jumping to conclusions again.
I think you need to take a gander in your local mirror. As the Yiddish proverb goes, half truth is a whole lie. So that wasn't it.
Keep lying to this and you'll be the one on trial.
Oh man, now they're calling me a liar. Jesus. The question is, why was the statue moved, right? For some reason, the culprit didn't want the statue in the picture. At least, that's what I thought.
I'll ask you again, Mr. Trite.
Just where in this picture does the lie exist? So let's load the previous state where I haven't lost my thing. So I can't access the court record to check descriptions, which is annoying. All I can think of is the urn box. Maybe it's the brooch again? I'm gonna try the urn box. Why is Master Mask? Oh, okay.
Are you saying that this Master Mask is a fake?
You know, I really wish you would start acting more responsibly. Huh?
The current question is, why was the golden statue moved? So what possible connection could there be with Master Mask's identity? Oh, buggers. Your face is oh, buggers written all over it, my lord. That's a penalty for you! Okay. I'll ask you again, Mr. Trite. Okay. So, that was... I'm actually going to load a different state, just so I can look at court record stuff. Carried into the basement warehouse the day of the crime, moved again that night. I want to say... Where's camera went off once around 1 a.m. on the night of the crime. It says it is the night of the crime. I'm gonna just check everything. I'm gonna say... Let's load that other state. Oh, it's now after midnight, so the date's different. I'm gonna say... It's... the date. Or the time. Naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. What do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. I'm not in question. Luke at me went to keep security and murdered Kate Bullard. Therefore, it's obvious. It would be impossible for him to be Lordly Taylor at this time. Yeah, that's... I'm gonna get called out for that by having no proof that that was the case. Exclamation point. What does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was the statue placed beside the warehouse door? Well, the statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime. It was placed there in order to cover up the paint. Exactly. Luke at me had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And so, in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place. What the? Of course, the statue hadn't been brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah! So, on the day of the crime, Mr. Abbott must have been quite nervous. Nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down in a place where it wasn't supposed to be. So he moved it. And that is why Luke at me had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match with the way it had been in this photo. Wah! He says, and his glasses fly off. Order! Order! Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data from the basement computer warehouse. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. It's true the camera had been set up by the Lord and Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. Let alone would have allowed you to tamper with the data. Ah! Ah! Order! Order! Mr. Godot, what is the meaning of this? Godot, I warned you about making me wait. Now put that coffee down. My 11th cup. I promised to drink no more than 17 during the trial. Which means I'm still good to the last drop. Oh, the defense is a very good point. A good point. So what? We're all travelers on the road of infinite points. I think you've got your points mixed up with your other points. So you say this photograph was taken... Wait, this is good. So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time. The statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied. Which is... that it's only a possibility when they're trapped by the chains of maybe. Can never reach their dreams. That's very true! No way, don't fall for that, Your Honor. Hey, Mr. Damask! Wait, where did that voice come from? Hey, Mr. Damask. He said, yes? Yeah, we're talking to Ron. If there's no funny business in your actions as Mr. Damask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it. Yes, please provide this court with your testimony. I'm going to do the testimony and then we'll cross-examine in the next one. about your plan to steal the sacred urn.
It is testimony of the sacred urn heist. I first received the request from the tailor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box, and
Zwei! It was then sent to the warehouse.
hence I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. That might have the altered version be part of it. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Except it's actually worthless. So, let's see. So that might be the card, or the urn that will have the, oh no, the urn was taken and then updated. It doesn't say that it's worthless anymore. I'm thinking maybe the treasure exhibit poster, which I don't think we've used yet, since he would think that it looks different than how it actually did, because, what's-her-face changed it, Andrews. I then handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I had the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th. See, that's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it? Yeah, well, we'll find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave.
Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Zwei! Very well then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination of Sacred Urn Heist. Alright, I'm gonna end the video there. So, I'm Dash, and I'm out.